Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
We're recording.
What's up?
What's up?
I think we did it. I can't remember the name of that song.
I can't remember the name, but like I said, there's a YouTube clip of this. It's not like in a corporate setting, and this dude, every time he walked into a team meeting or a meeting, that's how he would enter the room. What's that? And he was just known for it, and that's what he did. There you go.
Well, the Diesel Boys are back.
The Diesel Boys.
Running on dinosaur juice.
Yes, we are.
Vegan dinosaur juice.
We are, absolutely. Although diesel's still pretty high compared to unleaded at the moment, which I don't understand, but oh well, that's what it is.
And it takes less work to process it.
I don't understand. It's
Somehow
just talking
diesel's
about
worth more.
we're just scraping that cream off the top of that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So,
it's not refined as such.
But we are here.
It's fuel that hasn't been to school.
The two dads having a whinge about diesel.
That's a dad thing.
It is a dad thing because it costs a lot to fill the tank up these days. That's for sure. $136 average. So, but we're here.
How many dinosaurs have died to fill that tank?
Yeah, well, there wouldn't be any room for them anyway now, so it's all
anyway,
good.
My apologies.
It's
Introduce.
Okay. Here we are, the two dads.
Introduction.
We are the Two Dads podcast. Welcome if it's your first time coming onto our channel. If you're returning, we appreciate your patronage and you're returning to watch our 48th episode. Episode 48. Now, we'll find out what the topic is. If you're new to this channel, I don't know. Sadiq will divulge. He will divulge what the topic will be, but it's Two Dads is because we're both dads, but we're too much like dads. That's why it's TOO. And
we're very much like dads.
When you're very much like dads, you love puns. We love them, and we will probably share some. And jokes, dad jokes. Like last week, if you listen to episode 47, I've been laughing about Mrs. Hippie all week. All week I've been thinking about that joke.
So what do you call a hippie's wife?
Mrs. Hippie. I love it. Love it. And I had
a subscriber in the week saying, I've been looking for your channel, even though it made no sense because she is a subscriber, but she goes, I've been looking for your channel. I can't find it every time I put it on Google. I said, what are you typing in? Two Dads?
TOO. It's TOO, not two.
I said, is it TOO? She goes, no, I thought it was TWO. I said,
no, TOO. TOO, and you can't miss us.
Had listened,
and you can't miss us on YouTube with the green background and two dudes laughing, which is pretty much a lot of the stuff we do in this podcast. And we've got the jokes
from an ethical standpoint.
We write a love letter of common sense, taken from the perspective of two dads. And I'm hoping for a third week running, we do have that small segment, which we like to call "Dude." Dude,
that's not parking.
That's not parking.
We have to do it on the one. So you say that segment 1, 2, 3. Dude, that's not parking. That's not very
I'm loving that segment. I'm loving it.
We will practice in the production meeting.
We will. That we're having right now. That we're having right now.
Prior to us going any further.
Yes.
Our condolences for Her Majesty the Queen.
Absolutely. It's a very sad day. And not just the royal family, it's a whole nation. I mean, the UK people are hurting right now. I mean, we might look at it sitting back here going, I understand it's a big deal, but come on. I don't think people need to understand that this nation has only ever known.
In living memory. Yeah.
In living memory, this monarch, right? This queen. It would be very sad over there. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
And then.
And she's with us all. I mean.
Well, mate. On the coinage, on the $5, she's everywhere. There she is.
She's everywhere.
So it is a very sad day. Our prayers and thoughts are with.
Can't say you don't know her.
No, our thoughts and prayers should say are with the royal family, those who are close to the Queen, and the people of the United Kingdom. People of the United Kingdom. Our thoughts and prayers. If we reach that far, which I hope we do with the Two Dads podcast, thoughts and prayers are with you.
I don't know if we upset her with the thing with the Commonwealth Games. Maybe that.
No, I don't think. No. The Queen was a very contemporary, modern thinker. I don't think she would be upset by that at all. What I'm upset about is one of our own Australians, the coconut, who is the leader of the federal Greens Party, Adam Bant, who, condolences, and in the next sentence, right,
Yep.
it's time to go Republic. What an absolute.
Seriously?
Well, yeah, that was his tweet. What an absolute. I'm going to use Australian vernacular. What an absolute cockhead. Sorry, I know swearing is not something we condone on this channel, but I'm putting it out there. I know you don't condone it, but I'm calling him that, and that's the vernacular that I choose to use because that's exactly how he acted with that tweet on Twitter. He's a tweet himself. There you go. I've said my bit.
Well,
I've been
you're not going to
angry
win
about that all
yourself
day.
any friends, and this is what you get from being a vegan.
I've got off my chest. I read it this morning.
Anyway, I'm
All
still going to
let's
go
move
on this. I'm
Let's
not going to
go.
allow you to feed your anger anymore. But
No, I'm
in the
good now.
same vein, not going down the road that you're going, but in the same vein,
Yes.
you know my feelings about a grown man crying on TV.
Depends what it is. Yes.
Yep. There's only two circumstances where it's
Yes.
okay
Yes.
for a grown man to actually cry.
Correct.
We've
Number
said
one.
that before, so I'm not going to go over it again.
Yeah,
but
okay. But
this man named you can just start laughing. From our friends across the ditch.
not Dutch.
Yeah.
From New Zealand.
There's apparently a New Zealand for monarchy association.
Oh, is there? Kind of like our arm association.
Yeah, and the president, a guy named Caleb.
Oh no, he would have been devastated.
Who was wearing a suit. This is not this. Who's wearing a suit, and the shirt was buttoned up with no tie.
Ah, he was one of those.
So that was the first.
That was the first thing that got your nose out of joint.
The first cross. Yeah, got my nose out of joint.
That's just the.
Then he's the leader of the monarchists of our friends across the ditch.
Yeah, the New Zealand
and he constantly kept crying when he was talking about the Queen.
Well, look. Hang on.
But you know my feelings about it.
I understand your feelings, but I think I see this as an exception because it clearly.
I'll take the Ace
mourning.
Ventura.
It's mourning
approach.
In mourning, clear not member of his family, but in mourning.
Did you know her? Does he
well,
have a
this just goes to show just the far reach that the Queen did have around the world, and all the 50 odd countries under the Commonwealth. There's 50 something odd countries. I found that out today. Under the Commonwealth.
The Queen, as a head of state, she has done an outstanding job.
She has.
The whole
She served.
Yeah. Outstanding job. I've got 100%. Nothing against her. The son
hard
is
to pick a blemish.
The whole other thing.
Well, let's not get into that. Yeah, well, King Charles III, is that correct? The third?
King Charles III.
King Charles III.
And not the dog.
Yeah, not the King Charles.
The Meg. It's the King Charles Cavalier.
I'm surprised those memes haven't come out too soon. They will come in time, I believe. But at the moment,
I just had to put it out there. I don't like to see a grown man cry.
Well, no one likes to see a grown man cry, or anyone cry. But I think this is with good reason. Come on, give the guy
especially
a break.
6 times.
Give him a break.
The Dutch.
Give him a break.
So we've gone completely.
What are we doing now? We've gone off track.
Completely off topic. We're going completely off track. The Two Dads podcast.
Give us some puns.
We're about the jokes and we're about the puns and we're about the love letter for common sense.
Yep, we all got to do it in 40 minutes. So let's go.
40 minutes.
Oh, we've lost it. On his back. Here we go.
Just making sure. You still haven't changed my name thing. Because
do I have to change it?
I never get the chance.
Do it?
Yeah.
You can't change it? We'll have to wait till you come in.
No, I can't change it. You have to do it yourself.
Oh, beg your pardon. Sorry.
Anyway.
Let's move on.
I think prior to me announcing the puns, I'm actually change the subject because the puns are actually attached
to the topic,
to the title and the topic of the podcast.
Wow. Okay.
So
you've really done.
I'll go with that first. Episode 48, right?
48, yeah, 48.
Episode 48 of the Two Dads podcast is why is there a slice of cheese in my salad roll?
Oh, God. Are you finding it tough being a vegan, mate?
AKA 3 days in Morewell.
Why, goodness me, why is there
A cheese slice in my salad roll?
A slice of cheese. I understand
No,
where
a
you're going with
cheese
this already.
slice. Why is there a cheese slice in my salad roll?
I'm going to have to fix it up later. Salad roll.
AKA 3 days in Morewell, which you won't be able to fit on there, but that's
Yeah,
just...
mate, how long is the title?
No.
So you've been in Morewell. Clearly you've been in Morewell.
Why is there a cheese slice in my salad roll?
Okay, so you've
been
in Morewell.
Cheese, whichever way.
All right, so you've been in Morewell for 3 days.
For 3 days.
Found it a bit tough finding some vegan food.
We all know this is week 2, the final week.
It is.
Plant-based is two-faced.
Plant-based Sid. Second week of plant-based Sid. He's even got the green on. Look at him go. He's getting in the roll.
I'm going all green. So the puns are from Morewell.
I was going to say, it had to be. You've been out and about.
Puns are from Morewell.
These should be awesome. Are there any that's a booch opener?
Maybe, but we'll start with the first. Obviously,
okay. All right.
When you go to a foreign land, which
is Morewell,
Gippsland, a foreign land.
It is a land of its own.
It is a land of its own. So anyone that's not from Victoria.
There's a region. It's further
where the
southeast.
power comes from.
Yeah, it's further southeast from where I live, and the region is called Gippsland, and the joke in Victoria is, and it's a different land compared to the rest of Australia because, well, you find some interesting folk down that way. Got it. Love it.
No one passes the drug test. Anyway, so yeah, the first thing you do when you go to a foreign land, prior to getting to your hotel, is you got to look for something to eat.
Yes.
So where else could you start? But dreams come true.
Dreams come true. How good is that for a pun?
Dreams come true.
Oh, I highly rate that. I highly rate that. Dreams come true. Is that the bakery? Is that a bakery?
Yeah.
That's clever.
That's at the bakery. So I thought,
Dreams come true.
One needs snacks, so you got to look for.
Yes, of course, as long as no eggs in it.
Non-dairy,
So give you a bag of wheat.
Dreams did not come true.
They didn't.
They
were broken dreams. They were broken dreams.
They were completely broken. So.
Oh man, dreams come true. That's great.
And I was really sure that we may have had this one in the past, but it was just so good because just as I was on my way out of town, the van drove past me.
Oh,
yes,
man, it's the universe.
Yes. Yeah, it's the universe just answering everything for you.
It's not the dunny diver, is it?
No.
What have you? Let's just waiting on the tech folk.
I've lost it.
He's lost it. He's going based on names.
For a minute.
He's going based on file names. Change the file view so you can see
the
picture.
Here it is. No. I have got names.
Oh, you got it. Here we go.
Being around town. Being around town. I think we. I don't know if
we've had that one. Being around town.
I
think so.
Can you see there in the back of the van.
Yeah. I think we've had that before. I think you've seen that.
Alternative dairy.
Sounds familiar.
So it just goes with the whole plant-based. Yeah.
Bean around town.
Bean around town.
As in bean, BEAN for coffee bean,
yeah,
right?
Bean for coffee bean. Bean around town.
Wow, Morewell's all up for the puns. That's for sure. There's plenty more. I'm sure there's plenty more.
I think their puns would start with a B and end in a G. So now this next pun, the last pun has to come with the story.
Okay, here we go.
So, hence the title of the show. Okay, so
Is there a cheese slice?
So for one of the days, obviously I had to get some lunch in the middle of
Mhm.
all the appointments and everything else. So
Mhm.
I go to the local, the guy that I was with, I said, where are we going to go for lunch? Anywhere you want to go? So he took me to this place,
Mhm.
and it's just like a fancy bakery.
Okay.
Like it's a little bit more than a bakery,
Yeah. Gotcha.
coffee, sandwiches, whatever. So he chose what he wanted. I'm still looking, and the lady's going, so you still looking, love, or do you want me to serve the other customer? And I'm like, no, I'm still looking, because now I'm going through that whole.
It's the can I eat a biscuit conundrum.
Yep. This has got cream in it. This has got something else in it. No, I can't have that. Can't have this. Can't have that. So then she serves the other customer. Then she goes, so what can I get for you, love? I said, could you please just make me a salad roll? And she goes, okay, no worries. So you want some ham in it? I said, no, just salad, please. She goes, oh, so you want some turkey, chicken? I said, no, just salad, please. And she said, oh, so some margarine? I said, no, just salad, please. Some mayonnaise? No, just salad, please. And then she gave me that look. She gave me that look like, where's your boyfriend?
Oh, come on.
She just gave me that look. No, I know that look.
No way.
She's just like, and she goes, okay, and she like sighed a bit. She went, okay, so she goes out the back. Yeah, so she goes out the back, and then I yelled out to her. I said, maybe you should don't only make one, make for two, because I don't think that'll be enough. Right? So she makes the two. Then we get back. I say thank you and all that, and she's still like, give me that.
Gotcha.
So,
move along.
So I get back in the car. We go back to the office. I sit down at my desk and open it up. And she's jammed a slice of cheese in each.
She had to put something in there. She goes, "There's no way."
She just couldn't let it go. She just couldn't let it go. Like, she couldn't understand how can a man that looks like me is staying at the counter and just asking her to open up a roll and just cram a whole lot of salad in there. She couldn't let it go.
She had to put something in there.
So then I realized what the actual place was called. And the place was called Out of Dough.
Now, the pun being that everything's made out of dough.
That's right.
I assume, right? Not as in they're, running on an oily rag and almost
like
bankrupt.
No money. Like,
yeah. Out of dough.
Out of dough. Everything made out of dough. That's like a 3-layered pun.
That is so. And see, in plain sight.
Phil, I only realized the name of the shop when I looked at the receipt.
Oh, you're kidding! You didn't even realize as you're going in.
Yeah, this whole time
you're in there.
I was being emasculated in front of a pun shop, a pun named shop in Morewell.
So this is an interesting situation. Given your 2-week, I don't want to call it experiment. 2-week.
As you can see, the man in the background is the usual clientele.
Well, your 2-week vegan. I'll call it experiment. That's what it is.
Plant-based.
Plant-based. Yes.
We don't use the V word here.
I beg your pardon. We don't use vegetarian or vegan. We just say plant-based.
Hang on. Is that a booch opener?
That is a booch opener.
I think
that's a booch opener. The lady having to put something else in there because she couldn't just say, "Just can't make a salad roll." I'm putting something in this thing.
She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. Probably wipe the cheese under. Teach these people from the city.
Sorry, folks.
He's broken early.
The asthma's kicked in. Tell you what, with the.
So I've got
So I've got my booch now. So what's interesting?
Fever tree.
Nice, very nice. It's making it hard because of the background. Now, this is what I want to talk about. And I get a feeling because obviously, given the topic of why is there a cheese slice in my? You didn't ask for the cheese slice. You just said salad. Now, cheese is not salad.
That's my point.
Cheese is not salad.
Couldn't let it go.
She had to put something else in there. It's interesting that she didn't ask, would you want cheese with it? She had to just.
Who says I want a salad roll with ham in it?
You'd say a ham and salad roll, or you'd say a turkey and salad roll. You would the meat, the carnivore option comes in first. You'd say, can I please have a cheese and salad roll? A salad roll is bread with hay just shoved in there, or whatever you put in there, just carrot and whatever. But yeah,
it's the longest for conversation I've ever had about something that would just seem, and she couldn't understand. No butter. I can't have butter because they don't have the nutlets in that kind of place. So it's all for dairy. And I can't have mayonnaise.
How did you go with coffees?
And dairy. Almond milk. Almond milk's fine.
Did they have that?
Everyone's got almond milk.
They got almond milk?
Almond milk's fine.
So they cater for that because I think that's becoming a bit more popular, a bit more mainstream. But I'm surprised that asking for a salad roll, do you think it's just a one-off incident? That they just make them that way? Or
no,
do you think she was trying to make one? Oh, so you have another situation.
Yeah, but I want to just
put
a little holder in that for the time being.
Oh yeah, we'll put a pin in it. No worries.
So we're happy with the puns for Morewell. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Very good puns. So you're looking for a joke.
What did one plate say to the other plate? Yeah, you have to get this one.
What did one plate say to another plate? I don't know.
Say to the other plate. What did one plate say to the other plate?
Dish is not something. This is not meant to be. I don't know.
I didn't realize we were going racial on that.
This is not meant to be. I don't know.
Dinner is on me.
Dinner, of course it is. Should have got that one. You're right.
You should have got that one.
Damn it.
So, not only was I effeminized at a bakery.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but that's pretty funny.
Yeah, on the first night, I took out some of my team for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they are a husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out for dinner. We ordered.
Oh. The options.
Yep. So she ordered a steak. Her husband ordered a laksa.
Did you? I just have a salad.
And I ordered the lentil curry.
Right.
So
with cream.
The waitress
came with cream, didn't it?
Hang on. The waitress. Hang on. Yeah. So the waitress, she comes out with the orders.
Yeah.
She immediately goes to put the steak down in front of me.
That's.
Then I had to say, no, sorry, the steak's for her. Mine is the lentil curry. And she just looked at me. She goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been incredibly sexist."
Oh man, that happened to me when I had my vegetarian. And I'm saying to be, whether you like it or not. When I had my vegetarian period, went out for dinner with the Athena real estate. She got steak, whatever she got, and that's what they did to me. They put the steak in front of me.
Yep.
And I had to say, actually, that's for my wife. I've got the pumpkin salad. She
and they
put
give you the
down,
look, right?
Gave me the look, turned away.
And they give you
the
look.
of real estate. She almost coughed up a lung. She laughed that hard.
The thing is that
so hard.
we're at the end of the 2-week experiment, right? But now
this is turning something else.
we have
It's not a
realized
social experiment.
this is the whole sort of epiphany to this
Hmm.
whole experiment. We now know why. I'm going to use the V word. We now know why vegans are so angry,
Oh,
because you are uh, pigeonholed and
there you go. See,
discriminated against for something that is
a choice.
like it's rudimentary, just really for natural. Like
Yeah,
you're you're not
nothing wrong with it.
trying to be obtuse
No, and it's not
in
like
the
you're in the
realm
restaurant.
of food.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like you're in the restaurant saying, "How can you not have plant-based meat?" That's not fair. It's not like you're saying
On
that.
top of it, when we got to the restaurant, it was expected. Like the other stereotype is that the first look I got is, how can you not order beer?
Oh well,
I just said I'll have a Coke Zero, and she just looked at me like,
you're in the
because the
country
other
town,
two
mate.
ordered beer because they're from there, so it's all
Jeez,
So
you know
so that was the first strike.
they would have to put salt in the normal Coke to make it zero. Take
I'll
out the
fix this
fizz.
guy up. That was the first strike, and then the
Yep.
second strike when we ordered, and they actually had on the menu. I'm going to name and shame them. It's called the weirdest name too. In Terrelgan,
Hmm.
in
Which is out.
Gippsland,
Yeah,
Victoria,
Gippsland. It's country
the
town
restaurant is called
region.
the Butter Factory.
The Butter Factory.
You wouldn't think that they would have vegan options
The
at the
Butter
Butter
Factory.
Factory.
The Butter Factory.
So look it up.
Considering it's butter,
Stick
yeah.
that in your Google.
See what they've got.
Okay, they actually had
Wow.
options for vegan.
Okay.
So plant-based. So the
Plant-based.
lentil curry, which was rather bland, I may add, and flavorless, but still, I was happy. I thought, well, that's great.
Got an
I
option.
actually had the thought of maybe I would have that. I would order some for takeaway for later as well,
Mhm.
but it wasn't that good. But anyway,
Anyway.
I was pigeonholed.
Oh. So this has become a lot
It
more
was a
than
lovely
just
experience. So now, yeah. So now let's. This is now the end of the experiment of the
Mhm.
two dads.
Mhm.
Going
Yep.
2 weeks for plant-based. So now I finally, after having walked a mile in their shoes,
Yes.
I'm allowed to have an opinion about the mental
Absolutely.
states
Of course, because you've
of
yeah.
vegans and to
Mhm.
why they appear to us as just angry, because I kind of get the feeling that they're like how smokers feel
Mm.
when they've
Like
they've been
shunned
sort of
and
ostracized and
yeah.
shunned,
Yeah.
and you're always having to explain yourself, especially if you don't look like a stereotype of what people think.
Yeah. Of a plant-based person, which
Yeah,
I don't know what that even means because it doesn't make any sense when you say that sentence. It makes no sense. It's not like
yeah,
there's a certain stereotype that is plant-based. It could be anybody from any walk and all walks of life. It just comes
yeah.
down to a choice of what the individuals make as to what they want to consume, right? But it seems to be uh, certain parts of society a bit perhaps ignorant in understanding that it's just a food choice. There's nothing wrong with it, and it
Yeah,
should
but
be and it
it's the
should be
way they
catered
stare
for.
at you, like
Yeah, as if you're something weird. Is that how you
yeah.
felt? Like you know, yeah, that's unfortunate. And that would cause, that would make someone angry. But going, well, hang on,
It
why?
does. It does if it cause you just a little bit of angst,
So the common
And I do
sense
have
thing
some
here,
props because
yeah.
because you asked for it.
Oh, well, look at that. Sweet potato black bean burgers. Goodness me. Look at that.
It's
It's a patty,
it's
right?
it's yeah, but
It's a hamburger,
this
but it's
this kind of thing has been around
yeah,
for a long
yeah.
time.
It's a well,
It's a lentil burger is
yeah.
really
Lentil
what it is.
burgers have been around a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's the thing that's made to look like
Let me get
meat. That's
another
not
one.
made to look like meat. Fancy plants.
I don't know if I should have had that as a pun.
Fancy plants. That's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Plant-based, rice pudding.
It's not bad.
Yeah. But there
It's
should be,
good.
I'm not, by all means, that stuff should be options. It should be, and I mean, we always like to finish off, or at least put an ethical standpoint, write a little love letter. I think this is a clear one.
Yeah, I think in the
people in
conclusion
society,
of it,
yeah, people in society need to be a bit more educated around what plant-based is, as far as a choice, and not judge people for it, because at the end of the day, it's a choice which those individuals have a right to make, and food options should be catered for, right?
yeah,
But
but
you
it's the
don't
thing is
have
that
to make
I think
someone.
still some people find it odd.
Yeah, well, look, as with anything,
And effeminate.
generationally, yeah, well, anything as the generations, like you'll find that the younger generations, they don't find it odd. It's normal because it's in there.
Yeah.
They see it all the time. Whereas the older generations, they would, the steak and three veg people would, because that's what they've grown up with. That's all they know.
Yeah, this is what just
But
seems normal to them.
and that's not a problem. But it's really hard to teach old dog new tricks, where you're saying, well, that's fine if you have a view, but you don't need to make judgments on someone else who's made a choice, and don't look at them like they're weird because of what they want to eat. So that's an interesting observation that you've. I mean, I don't know if you would get that. Would you get that in Melbourne, like in the city?
No, I don't think so. Well, I never had a problem. That's why
Yeah,
I found it very easy.
yeah.
Because
So I was
everywhere you
thinking,
go,
is there options?
yeah,
Is
there's always
it
options
different?
that are
Yeah,
very plain and clear, and you never had to explain anything.
yeah.
Like we went to the market. We went to Preston Market on Saturday, and there's a shop that specializes in all that. Plus, they do coffee and everything. So I ordered a vegan Reuben,
Okay.
which was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really good. The bread was beautiful. The
Very.
tofu that they instead of the meat, what you normally have in a Reuben.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Exactly. They cater for it.
It was great.
It just, and I don't want to sound judgmental, but the way regional Victoria works, it works very different to the metropolitan parts of our state.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think that's just a societal thing. Not bad, not good, that the fact that there is a difference, but clearly, and I think in time, as time evolves and generations evolve, that gap of understanding, or I don't want to call it ignorance, because not ignorance, but that gap will reduce. Right? It will reduce. It just takes time.
Look, it's not everywhere for regional Victoria, because a lot of places there are that specialize.
Absolutely, there would be.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not in that region, because that's where all the coal dust. Everything is filleted in coal dust. So
it sure is. That's where all the
I
dinosaurs.
can understand why
dinosaurs carked it out that way. That's for sure.
I'm conscious of the time.
We want to get to our favorite, or my favorite.
Let's get to our favorite topic. So, in conclusion,
yes,
plant-based is not two-faced. It has been a good journey. I think I hit some sort of a wall on Wednesday where I started to feel a bit shaky. Like, I don't know if that's when you finally, so you're finally hitting that with what you're used to for consuming.
Yep.
It's all sort of evened out now, but I hit kind of a bit of a like, you
body
know,
adjusting.
How you see in a movie
adjusting
where
period.
someone's sweating under the covers, like that kind of thing. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. And I don't think I'm going to stay plant-based because Shakira keeps asking me every 5 minutes. So when are you going to eat protein? When are you going to eat protein? When are you going to eat protein? I'll go, look, let's just see how it goes. But I think if you can make a real sort of effort
to put more of that in your food spectrum,
it really helps.
Yeah.
especially in my circumstance anyway. It's not for everyone. Like it's not for you.
Mm-hmm.
But as you've tried to go full veg yourself, it has the benefits.
100%. 100%. Never doubted that.
So, I sold my vacuum cleaner.
Oh, did you? It sucked? Is that because it sucked?
Because it was just gathering dust.
Oh, is that right? That's all it was doing. Useless. Good thing that you sold it.
Yeah, time for our favorite segment. Are we going to do it on the one this time? Are you finishing coffee?
Yeah, good. All right.
Our favorite segment is...
Dude.
Oh,
That's not
at the same time.
Oh, sorry. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
1. Dude, that's not parking.
It's not parking. No, we are doing it on time on my side.
You're not doing it on time.
There's a delay going from the south to the northern suburbs. It's a long way. Just bring up the pic. Come on. If you're new to the channel, we love this. It's that's not parking. It's pictures of people. It's not just not parking. And Sadiq and I, it does our head in because look at that. How can you get out of your car and walk away? I don't understand.
It's the worst of two evils. It's a Corolla and a Camry.
I just don't understand. You get out and you go, oh, that's wrong. I better fix it. People go, oh, no, bugger it. That should be right.
No. Just leave it. You'll be fine.
It's not right.
You'll be fine. There's not even one next to you. The lines are clearly there.
I'm saying it's just lazy. It's just lazy.
You can't even use that argument that it's in the lines.
No, it's like, that's literally, talk about borderline. It's right on the line. It's almost, dude, that's just not parking.
Segment. Dude, that's not parking.
It's not parking. Is it? Really?
Oh, and this is another one. Let's hope the tech works on this one.
Look, my goodness, look how far back it is.
My God. This person ruined parking for 4 other people because the person at the back had to park with all the backside out into the road.
Look
how far back.
Look how far. Like the rear tire is smack bang in the middle. It's like in the whole back part of that.
It's over the line.
Goodness me.
I mean, in what universe?
This is how can you do that? I don't understand.
I think no matter who you are, where you're from, you just need to hand in your license because
that's just because. Oh well, we've finished. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words.
You weren't angry before.
Oh man, that's really fired me up. I'm not gonna be able to sleep now.
Yeah, because we drove up and I was just speechless because there was a guy that parked right behind this person, and I'm like, "But you're not even in the bay, dude. You're not even in." But it wasn't his fault.
No, it's because of this dude. Fault. So see the knock-on effect of dude when it's not parking. Anyhow. If you do have a photo, I'll just remind people of our socials in our last minute.
Please remind.
If you do have a photo of a pun or of a dude that's not parking, please send it to us on Gmail. It is the Two Dads Podcast Gmail, TOODADS, that's all one word, .pc@gmail.com. You'll see us on YouTube.
Have we got time to squeeze in a joke? Have we got time to squeeze in a joke?
No, we've got 25 seconds. YouTube, Two Dads Podcast,
for next week.
As well as on Spotify. It has been another fantastic episode. Good luck for the last couple of days of the plant-based. Adios,
Say
amigos.
Hi to your mums for us.
Ciao
Adios,
for now.
muchachos.